You are so very tired. I know. You are lying there right now, staring into the quiet dark, feeling the absolute heavy weight of exhaustion deep in your bones. Yet your mind is spinning, completely out of control. Tomorrow is looming over you. The morning alarm, the endless demands, the strict schedules, the invisible list of things you have to manage and fix for everyone else. It is that heavy, suffocating dread sitting right on your chest. The Sunday Scaries. Shh. It is okay. Please, do not fight it tonight. It is perfectly, understandably normal that your brain cannot simply shut off. You have been carrying the massive invisible load for so long, acting as the strong anchor for everyone around you. Now, when you finally have a quiet moment to rest, your nervous system is still trapped in high survival mode, bracing for the very next emergency. And the absolute worst part is the deep guilt, a desperate, loud thought that if you do not fall asleep right this second, tomorrow will be a complete disaster. But the harder you try to force it, the further sleep drifts away into the dark. So, let us just stop trying. Stop fighting the heavy current. Right here, in this dark and profoundly quiet room, you do not have to be the caretaker anymore. You do not have to be the perfect professional. You do not even have to be the strong one. Shh. I am taking the watch for you tonight. You can safely take off that heavy mask, that flawless persona you wear so incredibly well all day long, and just lay it down, right beside you on the nightstand. No one needs you right now. Absolutely nothing is expected of you in this space. Draw on a very slow and deep breath with me right now. Hold it for just one gentle second and let it completely go. Feel the absolute beautiful relief of doing absolutely nothing. We are going to gently untangle the tight knots of tomorrow and bring you safely back to your own breathing body. You have given more than enough today. It is finally time to let the night hold you. Let us begin by addressing the physical toll of this endless anxiety. Right now, your body is keeping the score of every single worry you have for tomorrow. Your nervous system is flooded with cortisol, convinced that there is a physical threat it needs to run from. But there is no tiger in this room. There is only a tired woman in a quiet room. In a quiet room who desperately needs to rest. We're going to gently signal to your primitive brain that the emergency is over. I want you to bring your absolute full attention to the muscles in your face. Notice your jaw. You're likely clenching it right now, holding on to the unspoken frustrations of the day. Unclench it. Let your teeth part slightly. Let your tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth. Breathe in deeply through your nose, filling your chest. And as you exhale, let your jaw completely slacken. Notice how that tiny release sends a subtle wave of permission down your neck. Now bring your focus to your shoulders. They are pulled up toward your ears. Guarding your heart, bracing for the impact of tomorrow and its endless demands. Drop them, bracing for the impact of tomorrow and its endless demands. Let gravity pull them down, heavy and loose, into the mattress. Into the mattress. Every time you exhale, imagine a thick, dark fog of tension leaving your collarbones. Inhale peace. Exhale the heavy, dark fog. You do not need to carry the weight of the world on these shoulders tonight. The world will keep spinning without your constant supervision. Now, then let your awareness drift down into your chest. This is where the Sunday Scaries live. This is where the tight, suffocating dread makes its home. It feels like a tight band wrapped entirely around your ribs. Place your hand gently over your heart. Feel its steady, loyal rhythm. It is beating just for you, not for your job, not for your family, just for you. Breathe into that space for you. Breathe into that space. Make room for the air. Imagine that tight band snapping, dissolving into complete nothingness. Your chest is open. Your breathing is becoming slower, deeper, more rhythmic. Notice the heaviness spreading down your arms, past your elbows, into your wrists, into your fists, and out through your fingertips. The constant need to control, the desperate need to fix is leaking out of your fingertips, leaving your hands delightfully empty and completely still. Shh. Bring your attention down into your stomach. We hold so much unspoken fear here, so much intuitive dread. Let your belly be soft. Let it expand fully as you breathe in and sink heavily as you breathe out. There is absolutely no need to hold it in. There is no need to present a perfect image in the dark. You are completely safe. To take up space, move your focus down. Through your hips. Releasing the deep, exhausted muscles that have been holding you upright all day long. Down through your thighs, your knees, your calves. Notice how your legs feel like solid lead, heavy, warm, entirely relaxed. Draw another very slow, deep breath in and out. Notice the profound difference between the frantic energy in your mind and the heavy stillness of your breathing body. We are teaching your body how to feel safe again. You are not failing by resting. You are healing. The tasks of tomorrow are locked in a box, far away from this room. Right now, your only job, your only purpose is to sink deeper into the mattress. Let the bed completely support your entire weight. Surrender to the heaviness. You are safe. The night is quiet. Your body is heavy. Your mind is beginning to quiet down. Following the calm lead of your relaxed muscles. Let it go. Let it all. Let us take a moment to look closely at the invisible load you are carrying. The real reason your mind absolutely refuses to power down right now is not because you are broken. It is not because you are failing at sleep. It is because you are carrying a monumental, invisible load. Society constantly prizes you for being such an incredible multitasker, but they do not see the endless mental gymnastics happening behind your tired eyes, the constant planning of meals, the remembering of appointments, the anticipating of everyone else's needs long before they even know they have them. You are the silent architect of your family's daily survival. You are the manager of the emotional weather in your home. Your workplace, and that architecture, that constant management, takes a massive amount of physical and psychological energy. When the lights finally go out, and the house is completely quiet, your brain is still frantically scanning the dark horizon for the next thing to manage, or fix, or prevent. It is almost a trauma response, perfectly wrapped in a socially acceptable package of being a good mother, a good worker, a good partner. Shh. Your mind is running a relentless background program, keeping dozens of open tabs running, just in case someone drops the ball, so you can be there to catch it. You are anticipating the needs of tomorrow, to the conflicts of the morning, the schedules that overlap. It is exhausting. It is deeply, profoundly exhausting. But right now, in this dark room, that role is entirely suspended. You do not have to hold the heavy sky up tonight. Notice how incredibly heavy your head feels. Resting on the pillow right now, that profound heaviness is the actual physical manifestation of all those unsaid responsibilities. It is the weight of 1,000 tiny decisions you had to make today. Let the soft pillow take the full weight of your racing thoughts. You've already mapped out tomorrow. As best as humanly possible, you have worried more than enough for one single day. What if, just for tonight, you completely trusted that the world will not suddenly collapse? If you stop holding it all together, the invisible load you carry, the invisible load you carry is very real. Your deep exhaustion is profoundly valid. You are not just sleepy, you are fundamentally depleted from being the constant emotional anchor for your entire world. But that anchor is absolutely not required here in this bed, in this quiet space. You are no longer a manager. You are just a breathing body, a tired soul, desperately needing a safe place to land. Let the mattress fully absorb the shock of your daily life. You are officially allowed to clock out of your life for the night. You are allowed to be completely unavailable to everyone. Feel that warm permission washing over your chest. The beautiful permission to simply exist without producing, without managing, without caring for anyone else, but your own tired self. You are doing enough. You have done more than enough. You do not need to solve the puzzle of tomorrow while lying in the dark. The morning will handle itself. The people around you will survive. If you take this night, just for you. Allow the thick silence of the room to validate your tiredness. Let the darkness wrap around you like a heavy, protective blanket, shielding you from the demands of the outside world. Sink into the validity of your own exhaustion and let it pull you gently down into sleep. Let it all go. It all. Carl Jung, the great explorer of the deep human mind, spoke very often of a concept he called the persona. The persona is the psychological mask we wear to simply survive in the demanding world. It is the carefully constructed role we play, the brave face we show to society, to our families, to our demanding employers, to ensure that we are accepted and loved and safe. You wear a truly beautiful mask. You wear the heavy mask of the woman who has it all completely together, the one who simply does not break, the one who meticulously sets the morning alarms, who perfectly packs the lunches, who answers the late-night emails, and who smiles reassuringly at everyone, even when she is absolutely dying of exhaustion inside. But my dear, that mask was never ever meant to be worn in the dark. It is made of rigid, heavy armor, and it is completely suffocating your true self tonight. You are lying here in the profound quiet, still wearing it, still hoarding it, still holding it tightly to your face. Too is because you are deeply, fundamentally afraid of what might happen if you finally take it off. Who are you? If you are not actively doing something for someone else, what is your actual value? If you are not currently producing, or managing, or fixing the world around you, let us gently find out. Because the quiet truth is that your core, unchanging value has absolutely nothing to do with what you tirelessly provide for others right now. In this completely safe and quiet room, I want you to vividly imagine reaching up to your face and gently unhooking that heavy metal mask. It is okay. It is completely safe here. Feel the cool, soothing night air brush against your bare, true skin. Notice how incredibly much lighter your head and neck feel. The exact moment you put that heavy armor down on the floor beside your bed. You do not need to be the perfect mother right now. You do not need to be the flawless, productive employee tomorrow morning. You do not need to be the endlessly supportive partner or the always reliable friend, or of those heavy titles, or of those fiercely demanding roles, are just clothes you wear during the daylight. They are not you. Shh. Underneath all of those heavy roles, underneath the suffocating, tight weight of the Sunday Scaries, there is just a beautiful, quiet soul that is desperately, profoundly tired, a gentle soul that just wants to lay in the dark and be held by the thick silence. I want you to give yourself the radical and beautiful permission to be completely useless tonight. Yes, useless. Modern society constantly tells you that your human worth is strictly tied to your daily productivity, but the deep unconscious mind knows, the Tishim, but the Martmeet the Munch's mind knows, that your most profound healing happens only when you completely surrender to doing absolutely nothing at all. Let the heavy, woven cloak of your persona slide completely off your tired shoulders. Feel it slipping away. It is pooling down on the floor, entirely separate from you now. Notice how your breathing naturally deepens. The very moment you stop pretending to be so incredibly strong, you do not have to be strong here. You can be fragile. You can be entirely, unapologetically exhausted. You can be completely undone. The night does not judge you. The darkness welcomes you, exactly as you are, completely stripped of all your worldly titles and all your endless, draining responsibilities. Tomorrow will eventually bring its own loud demands, but tomorrow is simply not here. It is just a phantom, a hollow ghost haunting the tired edges of your mind. A hollow ghost haunting the tired edges of your mind. Do not let the false ghost of tomorrow steal the deep, restorative rest you so desperately need tonight as you lie here, feeling the incredible floating lightness of being fully unmasked. Allow your physical body to sink even deeper and deeper into the soft mattress. You're entirely unburdened. You are beautifully untethered from the heavy expectations of the waking world. You are just a gentle, slow breath, moving in and out of a resting, safe body. Absolutely nothing more is required of you. Nothing more is asked of you. Just drift. Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. Be. Now that your heavy mask is resting safely on the floor, we are going to begin a journey downward. We are going to move your mind away from the frantic, racing beta waves of your waking life to and guide you gently down into the soothing, healing alpha state. I'm going to count backward from 10 down to 1. With every single number I say, I want you to vividly imagine stepping down a beautiful, dimly lit wooden staircase. Each step takes you further away from the harsh demands of tomorrow and deeper into the absolute sanctuary of tonight. And 10. You are taking the first step down. Feel the solid wood beneath your feet. You are completely leaving the bright, harsh lights of your day. Far behind you. 9. Stepping down again. 8. Stepping down. Notice how the air here is a little cooler, a little heavier. You are sinking deeper into the mattress with this very step. 8. Letting go of the urgent need to plan, the strict schedules, the morning alarms, the endless emails. They are all staying up at the very top of the stairs. You absolutely do not need to bring them down here with you. 7. Drifting further down into the quiet. Your limbs are feeling incredibly heavy now. It is as if gravity has gently increased, wrapping around your tired arms and your legs, pulling you into a state of profound physical surrender. 6. You are more than halfway down. The loud noise of the outside world is becoming muffled and very distant. The heavy Sunday Scaries cannot follow you down these stairs. They simply do not exist in this deep frequency. Shh. 5. Moving deeper still. Feel a thick wave of warm relaxation washing over your entire body. from the very top of your head, all the way down to the tips of your toes. Every single muscle is giving up the fight. 4. Stepping down into near darkness. It is a comforting, velvety darkness. It is the kind of safe darkness that completely heals and restores. 3. You are so close to the bottom now. Your mind is beautifully, delightfully empty. The anxious thoughts that were racing just a few moments ago have slowed down to a gentle, lazy crawl. 2. Only one step left. You are completely untethered from the waking world. You are safely suspended in a state of pure, peaceful existence. 1. You have reached the bottom. You are stepping off the stairs and sinking completely into the deep, soft void of relaxation. You are entirely safe. You are perfectly still. Let us linger here at the bottom of the stairs for a moment. Notice the profound, heavy silence that surrounds you. This is your personal, hidden sanctuary, a place where time simply stops. There is no yesterday to regret, and absolutely no tomorrow to fear. There is only this exact, gentle second. Your breathing is slow and rhythmic, mimicking the deep, calming tides of the ocean. You're doing such a wonderful job. Just by lying here and allowing yourself to be guided, the heavy burden of being the caretaker, the manager, the responsible one, has been completely and utterly lifted off your chest. Let us talk for just a gentle moment about why your mind is doing this to you right now. Why is it? At the very moment you lay down, profoundly exhausted from the demands of the day, your brain suddenly decides to replay every tiny mistake and vividly project every possible disaster for tomorrow. You might feel like your own mind is completely betraying you. But from a clinical perspective, it is actually trying desperately to protect you. During the daylight hours, you are moving so incredibly fast. You are constantly managing the kids, the demanding job, the house, the endless, invisible logistics of your entire life. Your brain is entirely distracted by constant action. But now, in the heavy dark, when the external noise finally stops, your primitive brain suddenly realizes it is alone, without the constant numbing distraction of always doing. Your nervous system anxiously checks the quiet environment for threats, and because there are no physical predators in your safe bedroom, it begins to create psychological ones. It takes the Sunday Scaries, the mundane tasks of tomorrow, and deeply magnifies them. It loudly tells you that if you do not stay awake and meticulously plan for tomorrow, and debris love will completely fall apart. This is simply a biological survival mechanism. Your amygdala, the ancient, primitive alarm system deep inside your brain, is completely misinterpreting your deep exhaustion as extreme vulnerability. It foolishly thinks you are in grave danger simply because you are quiet. But we know the quiet truth. We know that this is a false alarm. The heavy, suffocating anxiety sitting on your chest right now is just old, outdated programming. It is a simple glitch in the nervous system of a woman who cares entirely too much and does entirely too much. I want you to gently thank your brain for fiercely trying to keep you safe, but then firmly tell it that its vigilant services are absolutely no longer required tonight. You absolutely do not need to solve the complex psychological puzzle of your life at this hour. Nighttime anxiety is a profound liar. It uses the quiet darkness to make tomorrow's ordinary responsibilities look like massive, terrifying monsters hiding in the shadows. But they are not monsters. They're just ordinary tasks, and they absolutely cannot reach you. They cannot hurt you. They cannot hurt you. Here in this safe, warm bed, Notice how deeply empowering it is to simply understand the clinical mechanics of what is happening inside your tired head. You are not going crazy. You are not failing at resting. You are just experiencing a very normal, well-documented clinical response to prolonged invisible stress and massive over-responsibility. And the cure, the only real lasting cure, the only real lasting cure, the only real is to completely and unapologetically withdraw your precious attention. From the false illusion of danger. We are going to gently rewire this automatic response tonight by staying completely, heavily, physically relaxed, even while the anxious thoughts try to float by. We are teaching your nervous system a beautiful, brand new lesson. We are teaching your body that it is incredibly, profoundly safe to let your heavy guard down. The ancient part of your brain can finally stand down from its exhausting watch. You do not have to be the vigilant protector of tomorrow. It is safe. To be beautifully vulnerable in the dark is perfectly safe. To let the thinking mind power down, it is safe. To sleep. To sleep. The logic of this truth wash over you, cooling the hot anxiety in your chest and pulling you deeper and deeper into the heavy peace of the night. Let us go a little deeper now, into the quiet, enveloping darkness. Carl Jung, in his profound wisdom, taught us that every bright light casts a dark, heavy shadow, and the brighter the light, the darker and denser the shadow becomes. You've spent your entire day, perhaps your entire week, or even your entire life, being the quintessential good woman, the one who endlessly sacrifices, the one who always shows up no matter how deeply tired she is, the one who quietly swallows her own profound exhaustion, just to make absolutely sure that everyone else around her is comfortable and happy and completely taken care of. But in doing so, in striving for that relentless, blinding perfection, you have pushed a very real, very vital part of yourself deep into the shadow. In the shadow of the good woman lives the deeply exhausted woman, who is secretly angry, the woman who fiercely resents the morning alarm, who hates the endless schedules, and who is secretly, quietly furious that she has to wake up and do it all over again tomorrow. The good woman always smiles politely when she is handed more work, or when her boundaries are gently crossed. But the shadow woman. The shadow woman. The shadow woman wants to scream, drop everything, and simply walk away. And right now, as you lie here in this bed, desperately wanting to sleep but finding yourself completely unable to, it is that very shadow pushing hard against the closed door of your consciousness. It is keeping you wide awake, because it demands, with absolute desperation, to be seen and to be finally felt. Society has taught us to feel so deeply, profoundly guilty about these hidden, shadowy feelings. We falsely think that if we resent the endless, mind-numbing tasks of motherhood, or the heavy, crushing demands of our jobs and relationships, it must mean that we do not truly love our families, or that we are somehow fundamentally failing at our very lives. But that is simply and completely untrue. It is just the shadow speaking its raw truth, and the shadow is absolutely not evil. It is not bad. It is just the ancient, fiercely protective part of you that is desperately crying out for a boundary. It is the part of you that is aggressively trying to protect your dwindling energy, when your conscious mind politely refuses to do so. I want you to gently invite that shadow into the room tonight. Do not fight her for one more second. Let her sit right beside you in the safe, quiet dark. It is completely, absolutely okay to admit that you're completely sick and tired of being the heavy anchor for everyone else's emotions. It is entirely okay to feel a hot flash of anger at the Sunday Scaries, at the sheer, undeniable unfairness of how much you are expected to carry on your own shoulders every single day. Let that heavy, forbidden truth wash completely over you. You do not have to force yourself to love every single exhausting, draining minute of your life. You do not have to be grateful for the things that are burning you out. by quietly acknowledging this shadowy part of yourself. You instantly strip away its terrifying power to keep you awake, the massive amount of psychological energy it takes to constantly, vigilantly repress your own frustration and your own anger is exactly what is draining your nervous system dry and violently preventing you from falling into a deep, restorative sleep. And you finally bravely say to yourself in the dark, yes, I am angry, and I am profoundly exhausted, and I am profoundly exhausted, and I really, truly do not want to do tomorrow. You paradoxically release the tight, suffocating tension that has been holding your physical muscles hostage all day long. Breathe deeply into that dark, heavy space in your chest. Give that shadow version of you a gentle, deep nod of absolute respect. She's holding all the fierce boundaries that you were far too polite and far too socially conditioned to set during the waking day. She is the ultimate guardian of your rest. And now that you have finally listened to her, you can let her anger slowly dissolve into profound, heavy exhaustion. She is so incredibly tired, too. She does not want to fight anymore. She just wants to lay her head down and rest as you gently integrate this hidden truth. Notice how your chest feels remarkably, unbelievably lighter. The thick, suffocating guilt is melting away into the mattress, leaving you completely hollow and peaceful. The heavy, crushing obligation to be relentlessly positive and endlessly giving is fading away into the silent night. You are officially allowed to be a complex, messy, deeply frustrated, and profoundly exhausted human being. And that perfectly imperfect human being deserves the deepest, most restorative, most healing sleep imaginable. Let the shadow gently merge with the quiet night. Let the anger cool into a heavy, soothing peace. Let your limbs sink even deeper into the warm bed as the internal war finally, beautifully ends. You are whole, you are safe, and you are so incredibly ready to sleep. Let it all soften. Let it all completely go. I want to tell you a very old, very gentle story tonight. A story about a woman who lived at the bottom of a great, imposing mountain. Every single morning, she would wake up long before the sun and fill a large woven basket with heavy cold stones. These stones represented absolutely everything her village needed to survive. The daily meals, the rigid schedules, the emotional comfort, the endless, invisible planning. She would carefully place this heavy basket on her back and begin the long, exhausting, upward climb. She did this every single day. Upward climb. She did this every single day. Without ever complaining, she was so incredibly, remarkably strong. But as the long years passed, the basket grew heavier and heavier. The village expected more stones. The demands grew larger. And she believed, with her whole entire heart, taught that if she ever stopped carrying the heavy basket, the entire village would completely collapse. One quiet evening, as the sun was setting and the vast sky turned a deep, dark, velvet purple, she found herself only halfway up the mountain path. She was overwhelmingly, completely tired. Her legs were visibly shaking, and her breath was incredibly shallow. She sat down heavily on a soft, mossy, fallen tree stump, the heavy basket still strapped tightly to her aching back. She could feel the rough texture of the woven reeds pressing into her spine. Every muscle in her neck was screaming for relief, yet she stubbornly held on. She was entirely terrified to take it off, because tomorrow was rapidly coming. And she had convinced herself that she was the only one who could carry the weight. Out of the darkening, quiet woods stepped an old, gentle, wise woman. This woman possessed eyes that had seen centuries of tired mothers and exhausted caretakers. The wise woman did not ask for a stone. She did not offer a motivational speech. She did not ask the profoundly tired woman to simply push through the pain. She simply looked with deep, unconditional understanding at the heavy leather straps violently digging into her tired shoulders, and softly said, "My dear, you can put it down for the night. The tired woman shook her head frantically, tears of sheer exhaustion welling in her eyes. "I cannot," she said, her voice cracking under the invisible pressure. "If I put it down, I might not ever pick it up again. The village needs me. Tomorrow will be completely ruined if I do not prepare tonight." "Shh." The wise woman sat down beside her. "Shh." The wise woman sat down beside her, bringing a profound sense of grounding peace. She smiled a gentle, knowing, deeply compassionate smile. "The mountain will not move." She whispered softly into the cool evening breeze. "The heavy stones will not disappear into the night. They will be right here waiting for you when the sun rises. But if you do not stop and rest right now, your weary bones will surely break. You cannot pour water from an entirely empty cup. Put the basket down. Just for these dark, quiet hours." The tired woman hesitated. The thick, suffocating guilt of setting a boundary was almost as heavy as the physical stones themselves. Her mind raced with all the terrible things that might happen if she stopped being useful. But her profound exhaustion was much, much deeper than her fear. Slowly, with trembling, shaking hands, she reached up to her bruised shoulders. She gently unbuckled the thick leather straps. The very moment the heavy, woven basket hit the soft forest floor, a massive, muffled thud echoed through the trees, and a cloud of earth and dust rose gently into the cool air. The tired woman gasped. At the absolute, sudden, glorious lightness of her own physical body, it was a sensation of pure, unadulterated freedom. Her tired, curved spine naturally straightened. Her tired spine straightened. Her tight, restricted chest expanded beautifully, taking in the largest breath of air she had breathed all day. She realized, in that profound, quiet, breathtaking moment, that she had completely forgotten what it felt like to simply exist, without carrying something incredibly heavy. She let herself slowly slide down from the stump and lay completely flat on the soft, cool green moss of the forest floor. The earth rose up to support her entire weight. The wise woman sat quietly beside her, acting as the ultimate guardian, keeping a safe, protective watch in the dark. "You are completely safe here," the wise woman whispered to the ancient trees and the starry sky. "The village is sleeping. The endless work is officially paused. You are allowed to just be a body breathing in the dark. Rest now." My dear listener, this story is your story, and this heavy burden is your basket. The heavy Sunday Scaries, the endless, frantic planning for the week ahead, the crushing, invisible mental load of your household and your career. It is all just a heavy basket of cold stones, and you have been bravely carrying it for so very, very long. I am sitting quietly beside you in the dark right now, acting as your guardian, gently telling you to unbuckle the heavy straps. You do not have to solve the complex puzzle of tomorrow. Tonight, let the heavy basket drop completely to the floor. Feel the incredible physical relief violently washing over your tired shoulders and flowing entirely down your spine, pooling into the mattress beneath you. The waking world will patiently wait for you. You are officially allowed to rest on the soft moss of this moment. You are allowed to be completely weightless. Let the heavy stones go. Let the crushing burden go. Surrender to the beautiful gravity of the bed. Let it all. Completely. Completely. Go. As you lie here, completely relaxed, completely free from the heavy basket of your daily responsibilities. We are going to travel even deeper into the quiet landscape of your mind. We are going down into the very foundation of who you are. Carl Jung believed that inside every single one of us, regardless of how old we are or how much worldly responsibility we carry, there lives a child, your inner child. This child holds your purest joy, your deepest creativity, but also your most profound vulnerabilities and fears. And tonight, as you lie awake dreading tomorrow. It is not the capable adult you who is truly terrified. The adult you knows how to manage a strict schedule. The adult you knows how to handle a difficult conversation, or pack a lunch, or pay a heavy bill. The part of you that is keeping you awake, the part that feels that heavy, suffocating dread in the center of your chest, is the little girl inside of you. She's the one who is overwhelmed. She is looking up at the towering, dark mountain of tomorrow, and she is absolutely terrified that she will not be good enough to climb it. She is deeply afraid of failing. She's afraid of letting people down. She's afraid that if she is not absolutely perfect, she will not be loved or safe. I want you to gently visualize her right now. Picture a safe, quiet room in your mind. It can be a room from your childhood, or a completely imaginary space, filled with soft, golden light and warm blankets. In the center of this room sits the little girl. Notice how she looks. She is clutching her knees tightly to her chest, looking so incredibly tired, and so deeply, profoundly worried. Her small shoulders are tense, bearing the massive weight of adult expectations that she was never, ever meant to carry. Approach her slowly. Do not rush. She has been alone with this heavy anxiety for a very, very long time. As you kneel down gently beside her, I want you to look deep into her eyes. See the sheer, heartbreaking exhaustion in them. She has been trying so hard to be the good girl, to keep everyone happy, to make absolutely sure the world does not fall apart. Reach out and gently take her small hand in yours. Feel how cold and trembling it is. Shh. You are the adults now. You are the wise, capable, fiercely protective woman that she always desperately needed. I want you to speak to her directly in your mind. Tell her with absolute unwavering certainty that the emergency is officially over. Say to her, I am here now. You do not have to worry about tomorrow anymore. I am the adult, and I will handle all the heavy things. You are just a little girl, and your only job is to rest. Watch her physical reaction as these gentle words wash completely over her. See the heavy burden of responsibility begin to melt away from her tiny frame. Tell her that she absolutely does not have to be perfect to be worthy of love. Tell her that it is completely, perfectly okay if she makes a mistake, if she drops a ball, or if she simply says no. Validate her profound exhaustion. Say to her, I know you are so very tired. I know you have been working so incredibly hard to keep us safe, but I have got this now. I am taking the watch. You can finally go to sleep. As you offer her this deep, unconditional reassurance, notice a beautiful, profound shift happening within your own physical body. The tight, painful knot of anxiety in your chest, the one you thought was just the Sunday Scaries, is beginning to gently untangle and completely dissolve, because that tight knot was her fear. And now that she feels entirely seen and protected by you, she does not need to sound the loud alarm anymore. She does not need to flood your tired nervous system with cortisol and adrenaline to keep you awake and violently vigilant. Wrap your arms safely around her in your mind. Give her the deep, comforting, heavy embrace that she has been desperately craving. Feel her small, tired body completely relax against yours. She is letting go. She is finally trusting that she is safe as she softly closes her eyes and drifts into a peaceful, heavy sleep. You feel a profound, mirroring wave of relaxation wash over your own limbs. Her peace is your peace, is your peace, is your peace. Her complete surrender is your complete surrender. You have successfully, beautifully separated your adult capability from your childhood fear. The adult who knows that tomorrow is just another day, filled with ordinary tasks that you are more than equipped to handle, and the child you is safely tucked away, sleeping soundly in the quiet, protected sanctuary of your heart. Let the heavy, beautiful silence of the room hold both of you now. There is no more fighting. There is absolutely no more resisting. There is only the steady, rhythmic rise and fall of your chest. You have beautifully answered the deep, psychological call of your anxiety. You have successfully healed the very root of the dread. And now, there's absolutely nothing standing between you and the deep, restorative, healing sleep you so deeply deserve. Sink into the mattress. Let the darkness wrap around you. Like a heavy protective blanket, you are whole, you are safe. You are so deeply, beautifully, beautifully tired. Let it go. Let it all. Completely. Tired. Let it all. Completely go. Now that your mind has found profound, quiet peace, and your inner child is safely, deeply asleep, we are going to gently return our focus entirely to your physical, breathing body. Sometimes, even when the conscious mind finally lets go, the physical body still holds on to tiny hidden pockets of stubborn resistance. The muscles have a deep memory of their own. They vividly remember the intense stress of the day, the frantic rushing, the heavy physical burden of the demanding roles you play. We are going to gently, quietly coax those last remaining fibers of tension to completely and gracefully surrender. I want you to bring your gentle awareness all the way down to the very tips of your toes. Imagine a small glowing pool of warm, heavy, liquid gold resting just beneath the soles of your feet. It is a deeply soothing, profoundly healing energy. As you breathe in, very slowly, imagine drawing that thick, comforting warmth up into your toes, your arches, your H's, your heels. Feel it seeping deep into the tiny bones and ligaments of your feet, making them feel incredibly heavy, and completely immobilized. They are sinking deep into the soft mattress. Let that warm, heavy, liquid gold travel slowly up into your calves. Notice how the exhausted muscles there instantly melt and loosen the very moment the warmth touches them. All the relentless walking, all the standing, all the sending, all the physical running around you did today is being entirely washed away by this heavy, golden sensation. Let the warmth travel up through your knees, gently unlocking the tight, restricted joints that have been bravely carrying you, holding you upright all day long, up into your thighs, completely relaxing the large, strong muscles that bear the immense weight of your entire world. Your legs are now entirely encased in this beautiful, heavy warmth. They feel like solid, heavy lead, dragging you beautifully, gracefully down into the deep, comforting depths of your bed. Now, let that heavy warmth pool into your hips and your pelvis. This is your physical center of gravity. It is the very place where we, as women, unconsciously store so much hidden fear and unexpressed anxiety. Feel the heavy warmth radiating outward from your center, completely dissolving every tight knot, every stubbornly clenched muscle. Your hips are opening, releasing, and sinking heavily into the soft, steady support beneath you. You are completely tethered to the earth, safely anchored in this exact quiet moment. Absolutely nothing can pull you away. The loud demands of tomorrow have lost all their gravitational pull on your physical body. Shh. Bring the golden, soothing warmth up into your stomach and your lower back. Let your belly soften completely, entirely. Do not hold it in. Let it expand fully and naturally. With every single breath you take, as the heavy warmth expands, it soothes the deep internal organs, profoundly calming the nervous system at its very root. It is sending a clear biological signal to your vagus nerve that you are completely, undeniably safe to rest. Let the warmth gently rise into your chest, melting away any lingering tightness, any microscopic remnants of anxiety around your tired heart. Your chest is completely open. Your breathing is so incredibly slow, so profoundly deep. The heavy Sunday Scaries are completely gone, entirely replaced by a heavy, thick, physical blanket of absolute peace. Feel the heavy warmth traveling down your tired shoulders, sliding effortlessly down your arms, past your heavy elbows, into your wrists, and finally pouring entirely out through your fingertips. Your hands are beautifully heavy, profoundly still, and completely useless for tonight. They do not need to hold anyone or fix anything right now. Finally, right now. Finally, let the heavy, golden warmth rise up into your neck, your tight jaw, your cheeks, and the tiny, exhausted muscles around your tired eyes. The space between your eyebrows is wide and completely smooth. Every single muscle in your face is drooping, sagging, is dropping, completely letting go of the artificial expressions you wore all day. Your entire body is now a heavy, motionless vessel of pure, deep relaxation. You're perfectly safe. You're completely held. You're drifting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into the quiet, healing night. Let it go. Let the body completely sleep. There is a very strange and profoundly beautiful paradox in the quiet realm of sleep. The more desperately you chase it, the further it rapidly runs away from you. Sleep is not a wild animal that you can aggressively hunt down and trap in a tight cage. It is a gentle, timid bird that will only land softly on your tired shoulder when you are completely, perfectly still and no longer desperately looking for it. Right now, you might still feel a tiny, frustrating sliver of wakefulness stubbornly lingering in the corners of your mind. You might be silently checking the invisible clock, frantically calculating exactly how many hours of rest you will get. If you manage to fall asleep right this very second, please, stop. I want you to completely and utterly give up the exhausting fight right now. Give yourself the radical, beautiful permission to just lie perfectly awake. Say to yourself, quietly in your mind, it is absolutely fine. If I do not sleep at all tonight, I am simply going to rest my heavy body. I am just going to deeply enjoy the comforting feeling of this soft bed in the safe, quiet, dark room. The very moment you stop forcefully demanding your brain to shut down, you instantly remove the heavy, suffocating pressure that is actively keeping you awake. The sharp anxiety of insomnia is almost always much, much worse than the physical insomnia itself. You are completely terrified of how absolutely terrible tomorrow will be without a perfect night of sleep. But let us gently look at that heavy fear. You have bravely survived exhausted days before. You have successfully dragged yourself through incredibly difficult mornings on nearly zero sleep. And you have always undeniably made it safely to the other side. You are so incredibly, remarkably resilient. The world did not end then. So, yeah, if tomorrow has to be a very tired day, let it simply be a tired day. You absolutely do not have to fix it right now in the dark. Shh. When you completely and gracefully surrender to this exact present moment, when you finally stop fighting the stubborn wakefulness, something truly magical and profound happens. Your exhausted nervous system finally realizes that there is absolutely no battle to be fought here. There is no invisible enemy. There's only a tired, overwhelmed woman, safely resting in the dark. The frantic, draining energy of trying so hard to sleep completely dissolves into a heavy, peaceful, unconditional acceptance. And notice exactly how your physical body responds to this profound psychological surrender. The tiny, tight muscles in your neck that were subconsciously bracing for the loud morning alarm clock suddenly and beautifully let go. The tight, anxious grip in your stomach completely loosens. You are no longer actively performing the exhausting act of trying to sleep. You are just being. You are just a quiet, gentle, breathing presence in the dark. The gentle waves of wakefulness quietly wash over you, without ever trying to forcefully push them away. If a loud, demanding thought about tomorrow's schedule suddenly pops into your tired mind, do not violently fight it. Just quietly watch it float by. Like a dark, passing cloud in a vast, endless midnight sky, you are the vast, unchanging sky. The anxious thoughts are just temporary, meaningless clouds. They cannot touch your core. They cannot harm you here. You are safely, heavily anchored in the deep, profound stillness of this warm bed. Allow the beautiful paradox of surrender to gently and quietly pull you under. By completely and honestly accepting that you are currently awake, you are finally, effortlessly opening the heavy iron door to sleep. It is a very quiet, very subtle internal shift. You are no longer the anxious, vigilant guardian of your own rest. You are just a quiet passenger, drifting slowly down a dark, peaceful, silent river. The river knows exactly where it is safely going. You do not need to steer the heavy boat. You absolutely do not need to paddle. You just need to lie back, sink into the heavy wood, and let the gentle, dark current carry you completely away. Feel the profound physical relief of completely giving up the fight. It is the most beautiful, liberating feeling in the entire world. You are safely surrendering your desperate need to control the night. You are completely surrendering your tight, anxious grip on tomorrow. You are just a heavy, breathing body, sinking deeper, deeper, deeper into the soft, welcoming mattress. The quiet night is safely holding you. The heavy darkness is your gentle friend. Let the paradox work its quiet, healing magic. Let it all, completely, go. Go. Now that your physical body is completely, beautifully heavy, and your conscious mind has finally, gracefully surrendered the exhausting fight, we need to gently speak to the absolute deepest layer of your subconscious mind. We need to completely and radically reprogram the exhausting, toxic lie that modern society has forcefully planted deep inside your tired brain. The heavy, crushing lie that your inherent worth as a living, breathing human being is somehow inextricably tied to exactly how much you can produce, manage, fix, or sacrifice in a single waking day. You have spent perhaps your entire life falsely believing that you must constantly earn your right to rest. You subconsciously believe that you must meticulously cross off every single demanding item on that invisible, endless mental to-do list before you are officially allowed to close your heavy eyes and be completely at peace. You truly think that sleep is a reward, flawless, productive behavior. But tonight, in this profoundly dark and incredibly quiet room, we are going to gently and permanently sever that toxic, exhausting connection. Listen to my voice very carefully right now, and let these profound, unshakable truths sink completely and heavily into your tired bones. Your worth is absolutely not measured by your relentless daily productivity. Your profound value as a woman, as a mother, as a professional, is not determined by how well you manage the heavy, suffocating Sunday Scaries, or how perfectly you execute the demanding morning routine tomorrow. You are inherently, profoundly, and unconditionally worthy of love, of gentle care, and of deep, restorative healing rest. Simply because you exist. Simply because you exist. You absolutely do not have to perform for the night. A quiet night does not demand a flawless resume of your daily accomplishments. The heavy darkness does not ask for a perfectly curated schedule or a meticulously planned week. It only asks you to lay your heavy metal armor down on the floor and simply breathe. Shh. I want you to repeat these gentle, powerful affirmations silently in your own mind, letting them echo softly and rhythmically in the quiet, empty space of your deep consciousness. I am fundamentally worthy of deep rest, exactly as I am right now. I absolutely do not need to earn this healing sleep. My profound exhaustion is a highly valid biological signal, and not a moral human failing. I am officially allowed to be completely, entirely unproductive tonight. I am completely, incredibly safe, and I finally let my heavy, protective guard down. Notice exactly how your chest and your tired heart feel as you slowly, bravely absorb these new, gentle truths. There is a profound, beautiful sense of inner expansion happening right now. The heavy, suffocating, tight corset of relentless perfectionism is finally being completely unlaced. You are no longer tightly bound by the exhausting, rigid rules of the demanding, waking world. You are a free, sovereign, quiet soul, floating weightlessly in the deep, dark, healing waters of the night. Tomorrow will eventually come. Tomorrow will eventually come, and it will undoubtedly bring its own ordinary, mundane challenges. But you will absolutely not face them from a place of desperate, frantic, emotional depletion. You will gently face them from a place of deep, grounded, heavily rested strength. But that is entirely a problem for tomorrow. Tonight, your only sacred job is to fully internalize this beautiful, radical, unshakable truth. You are enough. You have always been completely enough. You have done more than enough today. Let that absolute, heavy certainty wash entirely over your tired limbs. Let it completely melt away the final, microscopic, stubborn layers of guilt, hiding deep in your shoulders, your neck, and your tight jaw. You do not need to prove your worth to anyone in this dark room. You do not need to justify your profound need for silence. You are deeply, unconditionally loved by the quiet, silent universe. You are fiercely, safely protected by the heavy, comforting shadows of this very room. Sink even deeper into the soft, warm mattress, allowing gravity to hold you in a firm, heavy, loving embrace. You are completely, beautifully tethered, to your own inherent, unquestionable worth. Let this heavy, profound truth anchor you. Let it gently pull you down, 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 into the soft, velvet darkness of deep, dreamless sleep. Let the false programming completely dissolve. Let it all, completely. We have reached a beautiful, profound turning point in our journey tonight. Your physical body is perfectly, beautifully heavy, completely immobilized by deep cellular relaxation. Your conscious mind has finally, gracefully surrendered the exhausting, relentless fight against tomorrow. Now, we must safely guide you across the final, quiet threshold of consciousness. We are going to gently, very slowly, transition your brainwaves from the calm, resting alpha state down into the profound, deeply restorative, heavy depths of Theta. This is the magical, heavy space down between waking and sleeping, where profound subconscious healing actually occurs. I'm going to count backward from 10, all the way down to absolute 0, with each and every slowly descending number. You will simply allow yourself to sink much, much deeper into a vast, warm, velvet ocean of pure, undisturbed tranquility. 10. You are resting on the gentle, dark surface of the water, feeling entirely safe and wonderfully, deeply heavy. The transition has begun. 9. You are beginning to slowly, effortlessly drift downward below the surface. The dark, comforting water around you is exactly the same warm, soothing temperature as your own tired skin. You are literally dissolving into it. 8. Sinking deeper and deeper and deeper still. The loud, demanding voices of the waking world. The strict, unforgiving schedules. The endless, crushing, invisible mental load. The endless, crushing, invisible mental load. They are all completely, utterly silenced now. They absolutely cannot follow you down into these depths. 7. Drifting further down into the quiet, heavy, velvet darkness. There is absolutely no complex problem to solve here. There is absolutely nothing to figure out or manage or fix or plan. 6. You are beautifully, safely suspended. In perfect, absolute weightlessness. The gravity of your waking life is gone. Every single muscle, every tiny, exhausted nerve in your heavy body is completely, officially switched off. You are entirely unburdened. 5. Moving deeper and deeper into the heavy, healing twilight of the Theta frequency. This is the sacred, hidden sanctuary, where your tired, overworked mind truly, deeply rests and meticulously repairs itself. From the heavy, draining demands of the day. 4. Gently, willingly, letting go of the very last fragile thread of conscious control. The heavy, suffocating Sunday Scaries. The intense, gripping anxiety of motherhood or your demanding career. They simply cannot survive. In this deep, profound, watery space, they are dissolving into complete nothingness. 3. Drifting closer and closer to the absolute quiet bottom of the ocean. Your waking thoughts are becoming incredibly distant. It is some human pity, beautifully fragmented and entirely wonderfully meaningless. You do not need to attach to any of them. 2. You are almost completely, fully asleep now. Your breathing is incredibly slow. Beautifully heavy, and perfectly, flawlessly rhythmic. It is the steady, calming rhythm of a woman who is finally, truly at peace. Shh. 1. You are only a gentle, quiet whisper away from the soft, welcoming void. You are safely surrendering everything you thought you had to be. And 0. You have officially, peacefully crossed the boundary. You are perfectly, beautifully suspended in the deep, quiet, healing ocean of sleep. There is no demanding tomorrow here. There is no exhausting yesterday. There is only the vast, heavy, comforting darkness of right now. You are entirely safe. You are fiercely held. You are completely, undeniably at peace. Let it all, completely and utterly. Now that you are completely, beautifully suspended in this deep, restorative Theta state, we are going to begin a profound journey. A journey far, far away from this room. Far away from the heavy, suffocating demands of your waking life and the looming, anxious shadow of tomorrow. I want you to visualize yourself standing slowly and effortlessly from your bed. Your physical body remains right here, perfectly safe, completely asleep, resting deeply and heavily on the mattress. But the true essence of you, the quiet, unburdened, eternal soul, is rising. You look around your dark bedroom one last time. You clearly see the ticking clock, the demanding calendar, the closed door that leads to the rest of the house, and all of its endless, invisible responsibilities. But they absolutely do not matter anymore. They have lost completely all of their gravitational power over you. You gently turn away from them in the very center of your room. A soft, glowing archway has quietly appeared. It is made of ancient, twisting vines and a shimmering, gentle silver light. This is the threshold. This is the sacred entrance to your own deep, vast, unconscious mind. You step forward and walk gracefully through the glowing archway. Instantly, the air entirely changes. The familiar, stagnant atmosphere of your bedroom is completely gone, seamlessly replaced by the cool, fresh, crisp air of an ancient twilight forest. You are standing on a thick, soft carpet of lush green moss. It feels exactly like plush velvet beneath your bare feet. A gentle, heavy silver mist rolls slowly across the forest floor, completely hiding the massive roots of ancient trees that tower high above you, disappearing into a thick canopy of dark, velvet purple twilight. You take a very deep, incredibly slow breath of this pristine, untouched forest air. It smells of damp, rich earth, crushed, fragrant pine needles, and the profound, beautiful purity of absolute isolation. There's absolutely no one here to ask anything of you. There are no strict schedules hanging in the heavy branches. There are no demanding emails hiding in the rolling mist. There is only the vast, quiet, breathing presence of timeless nature. You begin to walk slowly forward. Every single step you take on the soft moss feels incredibly heavy, and yet wonderfully, profoundly liberating. You are walking deeper and deeper into the beautiful unknown, but you feel entirely, fiercely protected. Shh. As you slowly walk, you notice that the heavy silver mist is gently wrapping around your tired ankles. It is a profoundly healing mist. With every single step, it seems to absorb the absolute last tiny fragments of your waking anxiety. It is literally pulling the heavy Sunday Scaries straight out of your energy field and dissolving them completely into the damp, dark earth. You are leaving the exhausting identity of the perfect mother, the stressed, overwhelmed professional, the flawless wife. Far, far behind you, at the very edge of the forest. They absolutely cannot survive in this pure mist. Only the truest, quietest, most vulnerable version of you is officially allowed to walk this sacred path. The ancient forest is profoundly, beautifully silent. It is not an empty, lonely silence. It is not an empty, lonely silence, but a rich, thick, deeply comforting silence. It is the exact kind of silence that you have been desperately, hungrily craving all day long. The only sound is the soft, rhythmic, heavy crunch of your own slow footsteps and the gentle, soothing rustling of the ancient leaves high above your head. You realize the time operates entirely differently down here. There is absolutely no rushing. There is no ticking, anxious clock. A single quiet minute here stretches out into a vast, endless, dark ocean of peace. You have all the time in the entire world. You continue to walk deeper and deeper into the beautiful, heavy twilight. The towering trees are growing thicker, their massive wooden trunks acting as silent, giant guardians, keeping a safe, protective watch over your deep journey. You reach out and gently touch the rough, textured bark of one of these ancient giants. It feels solid, profoundly grounding, and infinitely wise. It has stood in this exact spot for centuries, completely unbothered by the frantic, exhausting rushing of the human world above. It generously lends you its quiet, unshakable strength. It tells you, without using any words, that everything is going to be perfectly, undeniably fine. Notice how the soft light is slowly shifting. The dark purple canopy is gracefully giving way to a soft, mesmerizing silver glow, gently filtering down through the heavy leaves. It is the pure, white light of a massive full moon, guiding your steady way, illuminating a clear, winding path through the heavy rolling mist. You do not need to know exactly where this path leads. You completely unconditionally trust the journey. You completely trust the deep, ancient wisdom of your own unconscious mind to lead you exactly where you need to go, to find the ultimate restorative rest. With every single step forward, you feel yourself becoming infinitely lighter in spirit, but physically, beautifully heavier in the waking world. It is a beautiful, hypnotic paradox. Your mind is expanding, becoming vast and totally free, while your physical body, back in the quiet bedroom, is sinking deeper and deeper and deeper into the warm mattress. You are walking completely away from everything that brutally drains you. You are walking directly toward the very quiet center of your own beautiful soul. The path begins to gently curve, smoothly winding around a massive moss-covered boulder. As you walk slowly around it, you hear the faint, soothing, rhythmic sound of trickling water somewhere in the distance. It is a gentle, incredibly inviting sound. It promises a safe place to wash away the absolute last stubborn remnants of your heavy, invisible burdens. You follow the beautiful sound, moving effortlessly through the silver, healing mist, your heart perfectly, steadily calm, your mind entirely, beautifully empty. You are so deeply, profoundly relaxed. You are so perfectly at peace. In this ancient twilight forest, just keep slowly walking. Just keep deeply breathing. Just let the heavy mist carry you deeper and deeper into the quiet, healing night. Let it all completely go. You continue to blindly, trustingly follow the gentle, rhythmic sound of the trickling water, moving slowly and effortlessly through the thick, silver, healing mist. The glowing, winding path beneath your bare feet begins to gently widen, and the dense, ancient trees gently step back to reveal a breathtakingly beautiful, hidden clearing in the very deep heart of the forest. Right in the absolute center of this quiet, secret space flows a magnificent, gentle stream. The water is perfectly, flawlessly crystal clear, gently gliding over perfectly smooth, round black stones. It beautifully, hypnotically reflects the pure white light of the massive full moon above, looking exactly like a mesmerizing river of flowing liquid starlight. Sitting quietly on a large moss-covered boulder beside the gentle stream is an ancient, commanding figure. He is the Senex, the profound, timeless archetype of the wise old man. He is wearing a simple, dark, heavy woven cloak that seems to seamlessly, beautifully blend into the deep shadows of the ancient forest. You do not feel even a single, tiny trace of fear or hesitation as you slowly approach him. You only feel an overwhelming, profound sense of absolute, unconditional familiarity. He possesses a face that is deeply lined with centuries of quiet, unshakable wisdom and a deep, boundless, unconditional compassion. He has been sitting right here in this exact spot, patiently waiting for you, and only you, to finally arrive. The wise old man does not speak a single loud, demanding word. He does not ask you about your stressful day. He does not ask you to bravely explain your heavy Sunday Scaries or logically justify your profound crippling physical exhaustion, he already completely and deeply knows. He looks deeply into your tired, overworked eyes, and he clearly sees the massive, invisible load you have been carrying for so very, very long. He offers you a warm, incredibly gentle, knowing smile that instantly and completely melts the absolute last, stubborn remnants of your defensive, heavy armor. With a slow, graceful, sweeping movement of his weathered hand, he quietly gestures toward the glowing silver water of the trickling stream. You slowly, willingly step closer to the very edge of the water. The soft, thick, green moss perfectly cushions your tired knees as you gently lower yourself down to the damp, cool earth. The quiet, rhythmic, trickling sound of the stream is incredibly loud and beautifully consuming in your ears now, completely drowning out absolutely every single anxious, racing thought that ever existed in your heavy waking life. Slowly, hesitantly at first, you reach out and completely submerge both of your heavy, tired, aching hands deeply into the flowing silver water. Shh. The temperature of the water is absolutely, unbelievably perfect. It is profoundly warm and deeply, instantly comforting, wrapping around your skin like a thick, heavy blanket of pure liquid peace. The very second the glowing water touches your bare, exhausted skin, a truly magical and profound physical release begins to visibly occur. You watch in quiet, mesmerizing awe as a dark, cloudy, heavy substance begins to slowly, effortlessly wash off your hands, your heavy forearms, and your tired wrists. This dark, swirling ink is the actual physical manifestation of your massive mental load. It is the heavy stress of tomorrow. It is the endless, frantic planning, the crushing, invisible guilt. The crushing, invisible guilt. The suffocating, tight anxiety of trying to be absolutely perfectly flawless for everyone else. The gentle, steady current of the silver stream effortlessly catches this dark, heavy ink and immediately washes it entirely away downstream, pulling it far, far out of your sight and completely, permanently out of your existence. You do not have to scrub or rigidly fight or forcefully pull it away. You just have to completely surrender your heavy hands to the healing water and let the ancient, timeless stream do all the exhausting, heavy work for you. The wise old man kneels quietly beside you, acting as a silent, fiercely protective guardian, witnessing this profound, beautiful emotional cleansing. He places a warm, heavy, comforting hand lightly on your tired shoulder, letting you deeply, fundamentally know that you are completely, undeniably safe to let it all go. Now, bring the warm, glowing silver water up to your tired, strained face. Gently cup the healing liquid in your beautifully clean, empty hands, and gently wash it over your closed, heavy eyes, your tight, clenched jaw, your heavy, aching forehead. Feel the warm, soothing water instantly dissolve the invisible, rigid mask you've been tightly holding on to all day long. Every single heavy expectation, every single demanding responsibility, every single exhausting, draining role you play in the waking world is completely, utterly washed away. You are no longer the anxious manager. You are no longer the exhausted caretaker. You are no longer the exhausted caretaker. You are no longer the overwhelmed employee. You are beautifully stripped down to the purest, quietest, most beautiful, original version of your resting soul. The gentle water completely washes away the dark fear of the morning. It completely, permanently washes away the heavy, suffocating dread of the loud alarm clock. You feel a profound, incredible sense of absolute emptiness inside your heavy chest. But it is absolutely not a lonely or terrifying emptiness. It is a beautiful, vastly expansive, peaceful void. It is a sacred, quiet space where deep, profound cellular healing can finally, naturally take place. The wise old man nods slowly, his kind eyes crinkling with deep, warm, unconditional approval. You have successfully entirely handed over your heavy, invisible burdens to the flowing river. The river is infinitely stronger than you. It can easily, infinitely carry the massive heavy weight of tomorrow, so that you absolutely, fundamentally do not have to. You slowly, gently pull your clean, astonishingly light hands out of the silver water and gently rest them on your quiet lap. They tingle with a fresh, vibrant, deeply relaxed energy. You take a massive, profound, deep breath of the crisp, cool, healing forest air, completely filling your newly expanded, unburdened chest. You are profoundly, deeply, incredibly clean. You are entirely, completely, absolutely unburdened. The heavy, terrifying Sunday Scaries are absolutely nothing but a distant, washed away, meaningless memory. You stand up slowly, feeling completely, wonderfully weightless, perfectly, safely balanced, and entirely, beautifully ready to silently follow the glowing path deeper into the ultimate dark resting place. Let the heavy river carry it. Let it all, completely and utterly, go. You leave the glowing silver stream behind you, feeling completely, profoundly weightless. The ancient wise old man watches you go, his gentle, comforting presence still wrapping around you, like a warm, protective shield. You continue to slowly, effortlessly follow the winding, mossy path, deeper and deeper and deeper, into the heavy, velvet twilight of the forest. The towering, ancient trees are growing incredibly close together now, forming a massive, unbreakable wooden wall, acting as a perfect barrier against the loud, demanding outside world. The air here is so thick, with absolute undisturbed peace. With absolute undisturbed peace, that you can actually physically feel it, pressing gently and soothingly against her clean, bare skin. Up ahead, through the thick, rolling silver mist, you begin to see a soft, warm, flickering golden light. It is incredibly, deeply inviting. Call into your profound physical exhaustion as you walk slowly closer. The massive, towering trees suddenly, gracefully part, revealing a beautifully crafted ancient wooden cabin, nestled perfectly and safely into the side of a great moss-covered hill. The cabin not entirely, beautifully timeless, as if it has been patiently waiting right here, in this quiet, protective darkness, for centuries, due just for you and only you. This is the ultimate hidden sanctuary. This is the sacred, deeply protected room, buried deep inside your own vast, unconscious mind, where absolutely nothing loud or demanding can ever reach you. You walk slowly, heavily up the smooth, ancient wooden steps. They absolutely do not creak. The entire massive forest is completely holding its breath. The entire massive forest is completely holding its breath, perfectly honoring your profound, desperate need for absolute, uninterrupted silence. You reach out your delightfully empty hand and gently push the heavy, solid oak door open. It swings inward, completely effortlessly, revealing a space that is so incredibly warm, so deeply inviting, and perfectly, flawlessly safe. You step slowly inside. The air in here is wonderfully, comfortingly heavy, smelling beautifully of ancient, dry cedar wood, sweet, glowing burning embers, and profound, absolute, glorious isolation. In the far corner of the quiet room, a small, contained fire is gently, rhythmically crackling in a massive stone hearth, casting a soft, mesmerizing, dancing golden glow. Entirely across the thick wooden walls, there are absolutely no ticking clocks in this room. There are absolutely no demanding calendars. There are no unread messages, no endless lists, no urgent alarms. There's only the timeless, beautiful, expansive present moment. Shh. In the very absolute center of the cabin sits a massive, incredibly inviting, heavy wooden bed. It is completely covered in thick, heavy, incredibly soft woolen blankets and massive piles of plush, oversized, cloud-like pillows. The bed looks so impossibly, ridiculously comfortable. The bed looks so impossibly, ridiculously comfortable that your tired, exhausted muscles instantly, deeply ache. To completely sink into it, you walk slowly, deliberately toward it, leaving the absolute last, tiny, invisible, microscopic traces of the waking world right there at the heavy wooden door. You climb gently, gracefully into the massive bed, pulling the incredibly heavy, warm blankets all the way up to your tired, relaxed chin. The very moment your heavy, exhausted head touches the impossibly soft, plush pillow, a massive, overwhelming wave of absolute cellular relief violently, beautifully washes over your entire heavy body. The thick mattress perfectly, incredibly contours to your tired, aching spine, supporting absolutely every single ounce of your heavy, relaxed physical weight. You are completely, entirely, flawlessly held. Look around the walls of this beautiful, ancient cabin. They are thick, solid, and completely impenetrable. The fierce, cold winds of anxiety, the loud, demanding storms of your daily responsibilities, they can rage and howl all they want in the waking world. But they absolutely cannot even cause a tiny draft in here. The heavy wooden walls absorb absolutely every single vibration of stress, leaving only the pure, distilled essence of profound tranquility. Notice the deep, rich colors of the room, the warm amber of the firelight, the deep, dark mahogany of the floorboards, the deep, dark mahogany of the floorboards, soothing, earthy tones of the heavy woolen blankets. Everything in this room has been meticulously designed by the deepest, wisest part of your own mind, specifically to soothe your overactive, exhausted nervous system. Feel the incredible, delightful weight of the blankets pressing down on you. It is a form of deep, physical pressure therapy, an ancient, instinctual comfort that instantly signals to your brain that you are completely, undeniably secure. It mimics the safe, heavy embrace of being held, without the exhausting, draining obligation of having to hold anyone else back. You are finally, completely the one being cared for. You're the one being fiercely protected. For so long, you have been the strong, unshakable cabin for everyone else in your life, providing warmth and shelter and endless support. But tonight, this cabin is providing that for you. Outside the heavy, locked oak door, the terrifying Sunday Scaries, the relentless demands of motherhood, the crushing, invisible pressure of your career. They are all completely, officially locked out. They absolutely cannot enter this sacred, hidden sanctuary. They are absolutely, fundamentally powerless here. You are completely, undeniably safe to sleep. You are entirely, unconditionally permitted to rest. As you lie here, perfectly still, perfectly heavy, you realize that the concept of tomorrow has completely, entirely vanished. In this hidden, sacred sanctuary, time absolutely does not move forward. It simply expands outward, creating an infinite, endless ocean of the quiet present moment. You could stay right here, in this impossibly comfortable bed, for 1,000 quiet years, and not a single demanding second would pass in the outside world. The frantic urgency of life, the desperate need to perfectly manage every single detail has completely evaporated into the warm, dry air. You are just a soul, resting heavily in the dark. The fire softly, rhythmically crackles, offering its gentle, hypnotic, ancient rhythm to your beautifully slowing, steady heartbeat. You sink deeper and deeper and deeper still into the warm, heavy, comforting blankets, letting the absolute, perfect silence of the cabin deeply heal your profoundly exhausted, overworked soul. Every single breath you take draws in the warm, heavy, golden peace of the room. Every single breath you exhale pushes you further down, into the soft, welcoming mattress. You are beautifully isolated. You are wonderfully, perfectly alone in the dark. And it is the most comforting, safe feeling in the entire world. The cabin is your fortress. The heavy blankets are your armor. The soft, crackling fire is your loyal guardian. Absolutely nothing is expected of you here. Absolutely nothing is required. Just rest. Just sink. Just breathe. Let the heavy, golden warmth hold you. Let the profound, quiet safety completely envelop you. Let it all. Completely in. Utterly. Go. As you rest deeply in this impossibly comfortable, heavy wooden bed, surrounded by the thick, protective, impenetrable walls of your ancient cabin, something profoundly beautiful and deeply magical begins to gently happen deep inside your resting body. The soft, rhythmic, dancing golden light from the massive stone hearth is not just warming the cool, cedar-scented air of the quiet room. It is slowly, effortlessly, beginning to seep directly into your skin. With every single slow, rhythmic, heavy breath you take, you are actually physically inhaling this pure, warm, glowing, golden essence of absolute undisturbed peace. Imagine this thick, comforting, radiant light entering your expanding lungs and slowly, beautifully, gracefully spreading outward. It is flowing smoothly and heavily down your tired arms, completely filling your relaxed, pleasantly empty hands. It is pooling warmly and heavily in the very absolute center of your chest, precisely in the exact sacred space where that tight, heavy, suffocating, painful knot of the Sunday Scaries used to aggressively, stubbornly live. That dark, terrifying, exhausting void of endless anxiety. That dark, terrifying, exhausting void of endless anxiety has been completely, perfectly, permanently replaced. It is now filled to the absolute brimming top with a heavy, radiant, completely unshakable sense of profound cellular safety. This is the true integration. This is the sacred, magical, psychological moment, Tao, when the deep, temporary, fleeting relief of the misty forest permanently, beautifully transforms into a solid, unshakable, eternal foundation of inner, quiet strength. For so many long, exhausting, draining years, you have desperately, frantically, tirelessly searched for this exact, profound feeling of safety. In the loud, demanding, unforgiving waking world, you fiercely tried to build it. By being absolutely, flawlessly perfect, you desperately tried to secure it by endlessly, relentlessly pleasing every single person around you, by anxiously anticipating every possible future disaster, and by silently, painfully carrying the massive, crushing, invisible mental load of your entire heavy world. But you realize now, with a profound, quiet, breathtaking clarity, the true absolute safety can never, ever be built through exhausting, external, outward action. True, unshakable safety is generated entirely, beautifully, perfectly from within. It is exactly this warm, heavy, glowing golden light, radiating from the very core, the very deep center of your own quiet, resting, eternal soul. As this heavy, healing, golden light completely, perfectly fills your heavy body, it gently, quietly, miraculously begins to heal the deep, invisible, painful fractures in your tired, overworked spirit, the fragmented, exhausted, disconnected parts of you, the stressed, burnt-out mother, the overwhelmed, pressured employee, the anxious, relentlessly giving partner, the overwhelmed, pressured employee, the anxious, relentlessly giving partner, They are all beautifully, softly melting together into one single, whole, perfectly integrated woman. You are absolutely no longer divided or torn apart by endless, screaming, demanding roles. You are just you, pure, whole, perfectly, undeniably complete. You absolutely do not need to perform for this light. You do not need to brilliantly manage it. You do not need to cautiously control a single tiny thing about this profound healing process. You just have to lie here, heavy and still, and let it completely, utterly consume you. Feel the incredible, heavy, profound warmth of this beautiful integration, pushing deeper and deeper and deeper still into your tired, aching, heavy bones. It is actively, permanently rewriting your deep cellular memory. Every single heavy, relaxed muscle, every tiny, quiet, resting nerve in your entire body is quietly, deeply memorizing. This profound, gorgeous state of absolute, unconditional surrender. Tomorrow, when the sun inevitably, quietly rises, and the loud, demanding, waking world violently, abruptly demands your precious, limited attention, he will absolutely not entirely lose his feeling. This ancient, protective, solid cabin, this glowing, heavy, golden peace, is now permanently, safely, eternally locked deeply inside of your chest. You can easily, instantly return to this exact, heavy, comforting feeling, anytime, anywhere, simply by closing your tired, heavy eyes and taking a single deep, slow, heavy breath. The heavy, terrifying Sunday Scaries, the massive, crushing weight of tomorrow. They absolutely cannot touch you anymore, because you are completely, magnificently overflowing with this impenetrable, thick, glowing golden light. You are a profound, quiet fortress of peace. You are an endless, deep ocean of absolute, heavy calm. Notice how your physical breathing has become so incredibly, unbelievably shallow and slow. It is the perfect, rhythmic, effortless breathing of a woman who is completely, entirely, fundamentally at peace with exactly who she is and exactly where she is. The external world and all of its loud, screaming, frantic emergencies simply do not exist in this glowing, golden reality. You have successfully, beautifully gathered all of your scattered, drained, exhausted energy back from the demanding future, back from the stressful past, and you have firmly, safely anchored it all. Right here. Right now. In the heavy, warm, golden present moment. Let the heavy, thick, soft woolen blankets press down on you even more. Let the quiet, rhythmic, dancing firelight gently flicker across your smooth, incredibly relaxed face. You are doing the most important, profound, deeply healing work of your entire life right now. Simply by doing absolutely, undeniably nothing, you are integrating the deep, ancient wisdom of the Cynics, the profound, healing surrender of the Silver Stream, and the ultimate, impenetrable safety of the ancient wooden cabin, straight into the very DNA of your tired, heavy body. You are completely, flawlessly reinvented in the quiet dark. You are restored. You are beautifully, miraculously whole. As the integration gently, quietly, perfectly completes itself, you feel a massive, heavy, final wave of absolute pure exhaustion wash over you. For it is not the painful, draining, toxic exhaustion of the waking day. It is the beautiful, sweet, heavy, welcome exhaustion of a soul that has finally, truly laid down its massive, crushing burdens. It is the deep, heavy tiredness that effortlessly, gracefully pulls you down into the final, darkest, deepest stages of sleep. You have absolutely nothing left to do. You have absolutely nothing left to fix. You have absolutely nothing left to carry. Just sink. Just drift. Just beautifully, heavily exist. Let the golden light completely hold you. Let the profound integration anchor you. Let it all, completely, completely and utterly go. Let it all. Completely sleep. The warm, glowing golden light is slowly, beautifully fading now. It is gently, quietly softening, melting into a deep, rich, comforting darkness. You are drifting. You are still completely, incredibly heavy. So perfectly. You are so completely, incredibly heavy. So perfectly, flawlessly still. The ancient wooden cabins profoundly quiet. The massive, towering forest outside is completely, deeply sleeping. You are floating, weightlessly, effortlessly, on a calm, dark, endless ocean of rest. There is absolutely nothing left to hold on to. You are just drifting down into the heavy dark, down into the profound quiet. Your physical breathing is so incredibly, unbelievably slow. It is just a gentle, rhythmic rise and a heavy, falling sigh, like the soft, steady waves of a calm midnight sea. You are completely, beautifully untethered from the waking world. The thick, heavy woolen blankets, 2 hours gently, persistently pulling you down, deeper and deeper into the soft mattress. You are literally, physically melting into the warm bed. The terrifying Sunday Scaries are completely, utterly gone. Tomorrow is a million distant miles away. There is only right now, only this heavy, peaceful, velvet dark. You are safe. You are safe. You are so incredibly, fundamentally safe. Just drifting. The conscious thoughts are becoming fuzzy and beautifully fragmented. The sharp, demanding edges of your mind are gently, slowly blurring into nothingness. You absolutely do not need to think anymore. You do not need to make sense of anything. The timeless, ancient, wise old man is silently, fiercely watching over you. The giant, ancient trees are acting as your loyal, unshakable guardians. You are completely, flawlessly protected from every single harm. Just let go. Sink deeper, deeper and deeper still. Every single exhausted muscle is officially completely asleep. Your tired hands are heavy, solid lead. Your aching feet are heavy, solid lead. Your aching feet are deeply, heavily anchored to the earth. Your overworked mind is a vast, empty, quiet sky. The once crackling fire is just a soft, warm, dying glow now. It is gently, peacefully fading, fading softly, peacefully, fading softly, beautifully, and you fading right along with it, dissolving completely, entirely into the heavy peace, the beautiful, wonderfully heavy peace, the beautiful, wonderfully heavy peace. Absolutely nothing matters here, nothing at all. There is just the distant rhythmic sound of your own slow, heavy breath, just the comforting, grounding feeling of the thick, heavy blankets pressing down on your tired bones, drifting, floating, sinking, down, 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 down. The heavy darkness is so incredibly comforting. It wraps securely around you, like a warm, thick, protective cocoon. You are deeply, perfectly asleep in your conscious mind. The heavy, physical body is quietly, obediently following. Let the heavy body sleep. Let the tired mind sleep. You are drifting further and further and further away from the loud, demanding, waking world. It is a gentle, quiet, mesmerizing journey, a beautiful, entirely effortless descent into the deepest, darkest trenches of restoration. You are so deeply, profoundly, beautifully tired, and it feels so incredibly, beautifully tired, and it feels so incredibly to finally, completely give in to that massive, overwhelming tiredness, to completely stop fighting the natural, biological current, to just unconditionally surrender. Surrender completely and utterly to the heavy, comforting dark. Surrender entirely to the heavy, to the thick, quiet night. Drifting, sinking, resting to the thick, quiet night. Drifting, sinking, resting. The healing sleep is coming. The deep, dreamless sleep is here. You are completely, flawlessly held by the universe. You are a quiet, fading whisper in the dark. Let it go. Let it all. It is all. To completely and utterly go. Let the heavy drifting carry you away into the deep black void, away into the absolute perfect silence. You are nothing but a slow, heavy breath now, a gentle, rhythmic pulse in the dark. The world has stopped turning. Time has completely ceased to exist. There is only the drift, the beautiful, endless, heavy drift. Surrender your weight. Surrender your mind. Surrender your very existence to the deep, healing sleep. The gentle river of sleep has caught you in its soft, slow, dark current. You are a single, quiet autumn leaf, floating effortlessly, weightlessly, floating effortlessly, weightlessly on the calm black surface of the water, slowly turning, slowly drifting, moving further and further away. From the shores of consciousness, the heavy, protective trees on the riverbank are blurring into a solid wall of comforting, dark shadows. The bright, silver light of the moon is gently, softly fading into a dim, soothing twilight. Your heavy eyelids are completely, permanently sealed shut. Your tired jaw is beautifully, perfectly slack. Your exhausted shoulders have completely, entirely melted away. You are drifting past the memories of the day. They are completely meaningless to you now. They are just distant, faded echoes that absolutely cannot reach you in the deep water. The urgent tasks of tomorrow are just empty, hollow shells, sinking rapidly to the bottom of the river, far beneath you. You are floating safely, heavily above them all, untethered, unburdened, completely, spectacularly free. The heavy, dark water is rocking you, gently, rhythmically, soothingly rocking you, back and forth, back and forth. It is the ancient primal rhythm of absolute, unconditional safety, the heartbeat of the quiet earth. You are dissolving. The boundary between your heavy, resting body and the soft, warm bed is completely, entirely disappearing. You are becoming the dark. You are becoming the quiet. You are becoming the deep, heavy sleep itself. There is no more you. There is no more them. There is only the vast, empty, beautiful void, the heavy, silent nothingness. It is pulling you down. A gentle, magnetic, irresistible pull, down into the very deepest, darkest, most restorative layer of the night. Do not resist the pull. Embrace the heavy, sinking feeling. Let it take you completely under. Shh. Down. 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 Deeper into the heavy velvet black. The thoughts are entirely gone now. The mind is a blank, dark, quiet canvas. The body is a heavy, motionless stone, resting peacefully at the bottom of the deep, dark ocean. The heavy, thick silence, seance, is absolute. The profound healing peace is complete. You are drifting, fading, sinking, sinking, sinking. Sleeping, let it all, completely go. Let the heavy night take you. Sleep now. Deep, heavy, perfect sleep. Sleep, 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 sleep. You are now gently, seamlessly entering the ultimate void. The vast, beautiful, perfectly empty space where absolutely nothing exists. The ancient, protected wooden cabin, the glowing, healing silver stream, the thick, heavy, towering forest. They are all slowly, gently, completely melting away. They have successfully, beautifully served their profound purpose. And now, they are completely, utterly gone. You are left peacefully floating in a pure, formless sea of dark, heavy, magnificent nothingness. It is the most beautiful, liberating, breathtaking feeling you have ever experienced. You have ever experienced. In this deep, dark, silent void, there is absolutely no gravity. There's no up, and there is no down. There is no bright light. There's absolutely no sound. There's no demanding yesterday to deeply regret. And there is absolutely no heavy, terrifying tomorrow to fear. You are completely, entirely, fundamentally untethered from the heavy, exhausting, physical world. Your human name, your chronological age, your incredibly demanding social roles, your endless, draining, invisible responsibilities. They have all completely, permanently vanished into the thick, heavy, comforting blackness. Into the thick, heavy, comforting blackness. You're just pure, quiet, formless consciousness. Resting softly and heavily in the dark. It is so incredibly, profoundly, undeniably peaceful here. This is the ultimate source. The deep, ancient, bottomless well of absolute cellular restoration. Here, in the heavy, quiet void, your tired, overworked cells are completely, meticulously rebuilding themselves. Your exhausted, burnt-out nervous system is beautifully, perfectly returning to its original, flawless, calm factory setting. You absolutely do not have to do a single tiny thing to make this profound healing happen. You just have to completely trust the dark. You just have to let the vast, empty void completely, unconditionally hold you. Shh. The absolute silence here is not an empty, lonely silence. It is a thick, heavy, deeply comforting physical presence. It wraps securely around your resting, non-existent body, like a warm, heavy, luxurious velvet blanket. The heavy, terrifying Sunday Scaries simply cannot exist here, because the very human concept of Sunday completely fails to exist here. The rigid, demanding concept of time has been entirely, permanently, beautifully erased. There is only an endless, infinite, dark stretch of pure, quiet, resting, healing energy as you float deeper and deeper and deeper still into this magnificent, heavy, healing nothingness. Into this magnificent, heavy, healing nothingness. You feel the absolute last, invisible, microscopic trace of waking tension completely, utterly dissolve. You are beautifully, wonderfully nothing. And because you are absolutely nothing, you are completely, undeniably, entirely free. You are completely, undeniably, entirely free. You are completely free from the heavy, crushing, impossible expectations of the demanding, waking world. You are permanently free from the exhausting, draining need, to constantly perform and manage and fix every single thing around you. You are just a quiet, fading, peaceful echo in the deep, dark, silent, expansive universe. Let the massive, quiet void completely absorb you. Let the heavy, thick darkness wash entirely over your tired soul. You are sinking, beautifully blending, perfectly merging with the thick, quiet, eternal night. With the thick, quiet, eternal night. There is absolutely no separation anymore. The boundary between you and the deep, resting universe is completely gone. You are the quiet night. You are the deep, heavy, healing, dreamless sleep. You are the profound, undisturbed, absolute peace. You are the profound, undisturbed, absolute peace. Drift further into the beautiful black. The further you go, the heavier and more relaxed you become. It is a vast, empty, magnificent canvas of pure rest. Absolutely nothing is required to exist here. Absolutely nothing is asked of you. Your breathing is so slow, it is almost imperceptible. A gentle, quiet rise. A slow, heavy, surrendering fall. The heartbeat is a slow, distant, comforting drum in the deep dark. Let the nothingness cradle you. Let the absolute emptiness completely heal you. You have journeyed so far, entirely away from the exhausting, demanding surface of your life. You are safely hidden, perfectly concealed, in the very deepest, darkest, quietest corner of existence. No one can find you here. No one can ask anything of you here. You are completely, flawlessly, undeniably safe. Shh. Just float. Just exist as a heavy, quiet thought, slowly fading into the beautiful, dark background. The heavy void is your ultimate protector. The endless black is your truest, most loyal friend. Surrender to the absolute absence of everything. Give up the final tiny ghost of control. Let the vast, dark emptiness completely swallow the heavy weight of tomorrow. Sink into the 0 point. The beautiful, quiet, profound end of all doing. Rest now. Rest completely and utterly. Let the heavy, beautiful void take you completely under. Sleep in the absolute nothingness. Sleep in the pure dark peace. Sleep, 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 sleep. Let it all, completely and utterly, completely and utterly, go. Let it all fade into the heavy, quiet black. Everything is finally completely gone. Only the sleep, the pure, heavy, magnificent sleep, remains. You're drifting in the very final, deepest, darkest layer of the night. No more words are needed. No more thoughts can survive here. Just the heavy, absolute, silent void. Your physical body is like a heavy stone, resting peacefully. Is like a heavy stone, resting peacefully at the very bottom of a warm, dark, infinite ocean. Shh. The Sunday Scaries are officially, permanently dead. Tomorrow is a ghost that has completely evaporated into the dark. It simply does not exist. There is only this final, perfect, eternal rest. Sleep now. Deep. Heavy, dreamless. Sleep. Sleep. Let it all completely go. Everything. Go. Everything. This is okay. Everything is exactly as it should be. You are safe. Beyond measure. You're free. Beyond words, just sleep. Beyond words, just sleep. Fading. Away. Fading. Out. Out. 8. Out. Into the black. Into the quiet. Into the absolute stillness. Sleep. 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 Notice the weight of the silence. It is so heavy, so comforting, so perfect. It is the sound, died of a soul. I finally at home. You have no body, you have no mind. You are just slow rhythmic pulse. In the heart of the universe, the dark is holding you. The dark loves you. The dark loves you. The dark is your true, final sanctuary. Soon your drift further, sink, test, further, sink, deeper. The water is warm, the night is soft, the peace is total. Nothing Nothing. 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 Nothing can reach you now. You are hidden. In the 0 point, you are resting. In the 0 point, you are resting in the center of the world. Let the words fade into the hum. Let the hum fade into the silence. Let the silence become you. No more doing, no more being. Only sleep. Only rest. Only rest. Only peace. Deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. The heavy velvet night, the dark, healing, sleep, 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 now, sleep deep, sleep deep, sleep forever. In this moment, fading out, F fading into nothing. Goodbye. Nothing, ditting, died. To the world, hello, to the dark, sleep, 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 just breathe, just breathe, just sink, just sink, just you. Go, let it all go. Peace, 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 sleep,